Mari is the mother of 3 puppies, a charming little dog whose loyalty has moved everyone to tears. Sensing an earthquake was about to strike but unable to warn anyone in time, Mari risked her life to save her owner, locating and alerting the rescue team to get the young girl and her grandfather out of the rubble. In a peaceful village in Japan, Yoda and his sister Ezra came across a stray Shiba Inu. At first, they only intended to play with it briefly and didn't dare bring it home, since their father hated dogs. But eventually, the little dog kept following the siblings everywhere, so they secretly brought it home to make it official. Ezra told her grandfather that she wanted the dog as a birthday gift. Since he had promised to give her anything she wanted for her birthday, the grandfather reluctantly agreed. This initially sparked an argument between the grandfather and their father. Ezra sat aside, hugging the dog sadly. "Mom's gone. Why can't I keep a dog?" The father felt that he had been somewhat harsh after seeing the little girl walk away. That night, the whole family spread out, searching everywhere for the girl and the little dog. When Hota led their father back to where they had first met the dog, they discovered Ezra and the puppy sleeping side by side. Hota explained that Ezra felt the dog had no parents, so it must be very lonely. She wanted to keep it close for companionship, since she, too, felt lonely. Once the father understood the situation, he accepted letting the dog stay with the family. The dog was now named Marie. Every day, the two of them played together, and Ezra no longer felt lonely. Seeing Marie so familiar, their father gently lay down beside her. Time flew, and Marie grew up. A year later, Marie gave birth to 3 adorable puppies. By then, the grandfather's health had begun to decline. Marie picked up a branch and ran to give it to Isa. It was sturdy enough to serve as a walking stick for the grandfather. Life felt brighter, knowing Marie was truly a part of the family. That spring, animals began acting strangely, signaling that something big was coming. First, fruits filled the sky, then oddly colored clouds appeared. These phenomena were warnings of an impending earthquake, but no one paid attention. As night fell, Marie suddenly barked fiercely. The grandfather and granddaughter, inside the house, barely noticed, and then tragedy struck. Both the grandfather and Ezra were trapped. Soon after, the earthquake spread throughout the town. When the tremors subsided, the two were buried under rubble. The grandfather used his own body to shield his granddaughter. They tried to escape but couldn't move. From outside came Marie's urgent barking. She struggled against her leash, trying to reach her owners, but her tiny strength had limits. Marie barked frantically and charged forward, even stepping on broken glass that cut her paws, refusing to give up. Finally, her effort paid off, the leash snapped, and Marie dashed into the house. She trotted over shards as if nothing had happened, calmly searching everywhere. Marie reached the grandfather and granddaughter, licking their faces as if to say, "Don't worry, miss, I'm here." She bit the grandfather's belt and tried to pull them free, but her small strength wasn't enough. Still, Marie didn't give up, continuing her desperate struggle until she was flung back by the force. The grandfather, fearing he wouldn't last much longer, prayed to the heavens, willing to trade his own life for his granddaughter's. Meanwhile, Zoda, who was at school, and their father were safe. They rushed to the emergency shelter after hearing that Yamakoshi had been cut off by the earthquake, complicating rescue efforts. Marie returned to the grandfather, holding his stick in her mouth. Her action seemed to awaken in him the will to live. He couldn't give up on his granddaughter. Even the 3 puppies joined in, helping Marie dig through the debris. On the other side, the rescue team quickly rushed in. Hearing the helicopter, Marie ran out, leaping over the earthquake debris, and finally reached the rescue team. She barked frantically to get their attention. At first, they thought she was causing chaos, but one attentive rescuer noticed that this dog seemed to be trying to communicate something. "You need help, right, Marie?" She seemed to silently agree and dashed back toward the house. 2 rescuers ran after her. Once they arrived, they worked to lift the rubble and eventually found the grandfather and granddaughter trapped underneath. The young girl was about to be rescued, and Marie could finally relax. The grandfather had lost a lot of blood, so both were airlifted to safety. However, just as Ezra was about to be evacuated, she asked for Marie and her puppies to come along as well. The rescuer reluctantly refused. Ezra watched Marie disappear with pain in her heart, promising she would come back for her. The helicopter lifted off, and Marie ran after it, but eventually, she could not keep up. She stood there silently, watching the helicopter vanish into the sky. With her owners gone, Marie did everything she could to protect her puppies and feed them. She patiently waited for her owners to return, but days passed with no sign of them. It's hard to imagine how difficult it is for a pet to survive alone in the outside world. On top of that, Marie had to care for 3 puppies. When it rained, Marie brought her puppies into the room. When it was cold, she used a blanket to keep them warm. Once, while searching for food in the rubble, she accidentally got stuck in some spoiled leftovers in a fridge and barely escaped. Then, a flock of aggressive crows attacked her puppies, and Marie quickly sprang into action to chase them away. Despite being injured, she showed no fear at all. Day after day, life was extremely hard for Marie, but she never stopped thinking about her owners. Occasionally, she would carry a ball to the nearby field to play, waiting for the little girl. One stormy day, Marie and her puppies were crossing a bridge when a small earthquake struck, causing the bridge to collapse. They fell into the river. Luckily, Marie knew how to swim and managed to save her puppies, but eventually she was exhausted and collapsed on the ground. One day, Issa read in a newspaper that heavy rains were expected to flood the area where Marie had been left behind. She suddenly worried for Marie and her puppies. She convinced Sio to sneak into the disaster zone to rescue her. The older brother led his sister, hiding from their parents, and the rescue checkpoints blocked the main path, so they had to take a mountain route instead. The 2 children, not even 10 years old, began a dangerous journey. They didn't know that a recent earthquake had left the mountain path treacherous. Rain made the trail slippery, and Azra slipped and fell. Both faced difficulties because her foot was injured, but determined to find Marie and her puppies, Azra told her brother, "I'm fine." She kept moving forward, and the brother, unwilling to leave her behind, carried Marie on his back. They hoped to find Marie once the rain stopped. Suddenly, Azra fainted and had a high fever, terrifying her brother, who didn't know what to do. At the relief camp, their father realized the children were missing. Fortunately, someone had seen them leaving. He guessed they must have taken the mountain path back to their old home. He rushed through the rain from morning until night and finally found them taking shelter in a small hut. At that moment, the strong-willed older brother could no longer hold on and collapsed into his father's arms, crying. They hadn't found Marie, so they returned to the gathering point together. After this ordeal, Azra never mentioned Marie again, believing all hope was lost. Until one day, they finally had a chance to return home after the tremors subsided. Each family sent one representative to survey the damage and collect personal belongings. Because the people at the shelters had heard Marie's story, some left their temporary homes so Azra could search the village for the dogs. When the helicopter landed, Azra ran to her ruined home but still couldn't find Marie. She thought Marie might be at their usual spot, the empty field. She screamed Marie's name at the top of her lungs, but there was no response. After searching for a long time, there was no sign of Marie or her 3 puppies. Just as they were about to give up, one puppy appeared, followed by the others. Azra hugged the puppy and continued calling for Marie. Their father's heart lifted when he saw a dark-colored dog approaching from afar. Azra studied the dog's face and shape. Though a little darker than before, it was indeed Marie. Slowly, she walked to her owner and was embraced tightly by Azra. This time, her tears were tears of joy. The family happily led Marie and her puppies back to the village shelter. Seeing them reunited, the villagers cheered and clapped with joy. A year later, the family moved to temporary housing, and life gradually returned to normal. They continued to be happy together, and of course, Marie and her 3 puppies were an inseparable part of their family. For some people, pets are as important as family. They treat their pets like children. Your dog cannot become a true companion if you don't care for it properly. It takes time, patience, and love. But if you treat your dog as part of the family, it will give you loyalty and love forever. And that's the end of this story. Thank you all for watching and following along. If you enjoyed it, leave a 1 in the comments to let me know. See you in the next story.